tough online. Yes, you are. But not when you're outside. No, 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 no. When you're in person, you don't say nothing. You're scary. Oh, you're scary, yeah. You know you'll get knocked out. Really, 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 really know you'll get knocked out. Internet, you are internet, that's all you are. You better watch your mouth. You better watch your mouth. Message.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Let's have a talk. There are too many times that I've been making content that people just decide to be trolls. And I'm not a gamer, but I know in gaming culture, it's people online talking crazy. Um, over the internet, just over the internet. And it's annoying. And the reason it's annoying is because let's rewind YouTube for some years. There were people on YouTube who were trolling other people on YouTube and they got ran up on. You get what I'm saying? And it didn't go so well for them. The same as it's a reason why YouTube changes policies that you can have 50, 11 accounts because people would troll and then get another account and troll and get another account and troll. And it's like, wait, okay, so if you got all these issues, let's do it. You know, man. And then I started thinking because there were times, when I made content that in the beginning I used to say, look, people, it's just online. This ain't real life because people ain't taking it like real life. So they're saying do anything. And then every now and then I was like, hey, don't get it twisted. I see you. You know, and as a person who like I still spar, dog. Like I still actually, I still actually fight. It's just it's actually a normal thing. Like I've been off for a while and I get back on. It's a normal thing. So I don't have a problem with conflict or confrontation at all. It's not like something you got to work your way up to. Like I'm not for me. It's like okay, we getting it, whatever. Um, but when people typing in crazy comments, people come on panels talking crazy, and I'm like, you can't be going out in public doing this. I know you can't because I don't see people doing this in public. And I can see people who are angry and passive aggressive. They're in public, but they just don't run their mouth. A lot of times when you in public and people really want to act like they passive aggressive, they get all in your space. And then when you say, "What are you doing?" Then they, "Oh, sorry." It's like, nah, because you know how many times I've seen people who I know are racist and they give me an evil look and I start looking at them like, okay, what's up? And then, people don't talk like they're online in the real world. You know how many times um it's- people actually tried something or they thought they were going to try something and it's like, I'll call the police. And it's like, I'll knock you out before you can call the police. Like, what are you talking about? And it's like, oh. See, I think sometimes people forget that You may be comfortable in your home, but you're not that comfortable outside. Like, there's certain things I don't do as I got older. Um, I'll play football before I play basketball. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because for some odd reason, when you play basketball, there is more animosity on a basketball court than on a boxing ring, a wrestling gym, or mixed martial arts gym, or um, a football field. Just like in the real world, there's more animosity on the basketball court, just in my opinion, because basketball players, or people who like to play basketball, they really don't really like to fight like that, but playing hard and fouling and doing dirty stuff is their form of fighting until a fight actually work out. See, you don't do that on football, on a football field because somebody gonna hit you. You don't do that. If you do that in a boxing ring, it's gonna be a war. You do that in an MMA gym, it's gonna be a war. It's instant. It's instant. We getting at it. You get what I'm saying? Same thing if you wrestling. It's instant because if we just training, we just sparring, or we going at it. The minute you do something left, it's gonna go all the way left. So I think it's the same thing with you people online. And it's like, why don't you, if you want to be so aggressive, why don't you go out into the world and see how good you are at that? You know, same thing with you cats who do the gun thing. Everybody got a gun, 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 gun. It's like, hey man, like you do know, you're not the only one with one, first of all. And you know how many people have gotten the gun taken away from them or knocked out of their hand or or the gun used on them? Like, do you realize like most people, I think people have this grandiose idea of how um angrily they can interact with the world. And you've been watching too much TV. And the reason why I say that is because all of the anger and animosity that you can put in a comment section or on a podcast or you know how can I say this, or in the headphones or something in a game, you know even when people do those little skit videos about people randomly talking crazy and then they tell them their address and then they go, I quit. It's like, and those are normally young people, like kids and teenagers. But even they go, oh, wait a minute, this is getting too real. Like, but I haven't seen y'all act like that. Like, matter of fact, I remember here in Texas, they had um they had a gun law that changed, and it was a few years back. And the gun law was you can bring your gun everywhere. You can carry everywhere, right? And people were, and let me just be honest with you, predominantly white people were just walking around with guns, Chick-fil-A, Target, Walmart, Kroger, HEB, Home Depot, Lowe's, just ridiculous. T-Mobile store, Xfinity, Whataburger. You know what I'm saying? Just McDonald's, just to the point where I think the law kicked in on the first, I'll say by the third, the businesses was like, they were putting up signs like, no, you can't come in here. Maybe by the seventh or eighth, it was a done deal. Because even in that, it was a known thing where you really don't want no smoke with nobody. You posturing like you do, but you just walked into Chick-fil-A with families and kids with a gun on you at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on a Tuesday. Just why? For what? Just say it's my right. But see, but if and here's the irony of it. The reason I have to bring stuff like this into play is because I had an old guy I used to work with, and he said he was an old soldier, he said these young boys ain't never really been in a war like that. And he said, I've been shot at, so been a war, I've been a soldier. He said, so I could just sit there, point my rifle, take a breath, and shoot. And I know they're gonna miss because they've never really done that, and they kind of shaky. So their aim is not really set. And it's the same thing, if you ever fought, like it's the same thing. Like if you nervous, nervous is fine, but if you can't take a deep breath and calm down, you ain't been there before. And sometimes y'all gotta stop, like trying to talk yourself up into an aggression that you don't train for. And you see it even with these prank videos where people go in public, talk crazy to people, and they've been smacked, punched, shot, maybe stabbed. And what do they do? It's a prank, it's a prank, it's a prank, it's a prank. And it's like, bro, you don't take that stuff into the way y'all talk online, you can't take that stuff outside. Try it. And then and on the flip side of that, the other reason I say that and use the prank videos is because what's very true about the prank videos that's real life is that people who out of pocket like that immediately run and play victim. So the stuff that y'all will say online and do online, if y'all did it in real life, somebody would smack your teeth out your mouth. But then you would become the victim. I was accosted. I was assaulted. I'm a victim. What is that? What is that video clip? You're a victim. So if you're not gonna do this, because people who really like that, they're not going around doing stuff like that. They're not on, like you online to watch stuff, listen to stuff, but to be snarky with people or to talk crazy to people, that's something you do because you scary. You just really scary. Like you're saying things online that you don't have the guts to say in real life because you can't back it up. But even with that being said, it's still annoying, and people still want to put hands on you. And some of y'all gonna get hurt in real life. And I know what y'all gonna say, but it was just the internet. Hey man, old school. Don't let your alligator mouth write a check that your canary can't cash. And that was when the internet wasn't available. Matter of fact, let me say this before I go. I had a best friend when I was younger in Chicago. He had this bad habit of talking to people crazy on the phone. Bad habit. We didn't fall out about this, but there was numerous occasions he would bring me around, not knowing who he been talking crazy to or that he been talking crazy in general. Guy looking for him with a snub nose. He's scared. You know what I'm saying? Guy, guy see him at a party, get the shotgun. Now we on the back of a pickup like Smoking and Craig in the first Friday. True story. He's scared. Um, Guys try to jump him outside of a mom and pop food spot. He's scared. You know, Guys try to jump him while we walking home. He's scared. Now, the only time I wasn't with him, he got stomped out. And I'm not saying like in high school, I was kind of, it depended on where I was at as far as getting at people. Some people know me as being jovial and not really confrontational. Other people know me as very confrontational. I won some, I lost some. Let's just say that. I won more than I lost. So, but people didn't want no problems like that. So the interesting thing is, and I say that because that's when there was no internet. You can't just think you could just talk crazy to people and people not see you. That's not how they go. It's not how they go, man. And some of y'all got strong fingers, but you need to have some. You need to start working out. Really, you really do. Because even with y'all thinking that y'all Doc Holiday, you slow with that. You slow with that too. So it is what it is. I had to put this out there. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace. You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm gonna tell you that.